John Beckefee, Director of Marketing at Alta Motors. We're out here on this beautiful Thursday, Milestone MX, delivering Redshift MX to the TransWorld team for long-term testing. 2017 Redshift MX, you guys may have seen it, seen Josh Hill race it at Straight Rhythm last winter, but this is the production bike, bodywork by Cherbis, Warp 9 wheels, suspension by WP, and giving these bike to these guys for some testing. Gonna run some laps here at Milestone. So bike in its basic setup here off the production line is 40 horsepower, 267 pounds. It's got 4 maps, so these guys can ride anywhere from a limited kind of range and wet weather traction map to a full-on, full power, no restriction map like what Josh was using at Straight Rhythm. So I think it'll be a good day to give the staff a chance to run anywhere from a 250 to a 450 on this and experience what a electric version of almost a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke could be. And I think it'll be a good day. Yeah, it's interesting, you know, so doing last year, you know, the bike went into production, and it's really the first year of taking a production bike and putting it on track, putting it in different environments and testing it, you know, and guys were coming in and, you know, what we had built in the early days on the software side in terms of maps and performance, you know, wicked top end or no bottom end, a lot of engine braking or no engine braking, you know, simulated engine compression. I think we've got a package now that, you know, pound for pound fights a 250F in terms of torque and horsepower. And then we've got some other things, you know, so working a lot last year with Kiefer, Josh Hill and these guys, I think we've gotten to a point where we've got a really good baseline suspension, good baseline horsepower and delivery out of the turns, you know, so now it's just about working with TransWorld to give you guys what you want and putting a lot of different people on the bike so we can take this from, you know, a production bike based out of NorCal, bring it to SoCal, get more people on it, and really start to create, you know, that motocross experience with an electric package that I think more people will appreciate and resonate with.
What's up, everybody? We're out here at Milestone MX trying out the Alta Motors electric bike for the first time. Really enjoying it, having a good time trying something new. Before getting on the bike, I didn't really know what to think besides it. I kind of knew from what the guys told me that the power curve and everything like that was meant to match a 250, a stock 250F, and when I got on the bike and grabbed the throttle, like if you just give it a little throttle, it's the same as giving a little throttle on a 250 4-stroke. So they really did a good job of making it feel similar, making the power feel really manageable and like deliverable without blowing the tire off. Because if you do give it a handful of throttle, you're blowing it off, like it spins quick. It's really easy to get used to, a lot easier than I thought. Like it feels like a dirt bike when you're riding it, when you get on the track. There's some characteristics you got to get used to. One of them is jumping. It feels a little different. When you give it some gas in the air, the rear wheel spins so quick that it feels like you're gonna loop out in the air. So that was one thing you kind of have to get used to. And then also, like, I tried shifting down a couple times, but there's no shifter. And then the clutch as well, there's no clutch. So there's a few things like that, but by the end of the day, I was used to everything. Like nothing bugged me or anything like that. When I went out for my last time, I felt comfortable. I wasn't like nervous about anything happening or scared of the bike at all. It's really simple to get used to, it's easy, and it was a lot of fun. And the bike, believe it or not, is heavier than 450 4-stroke, but when you're out on the track, it feels so much lighter because it doesn't have that inertia that the 450 motor brings with it. So this is just really zippy and quick, and it was a lot of fun to ride, and it was a great experience, and I definitely think it's the future. One thing too that was cool is it had 4 different maps. The first map, super mellow. I just used it in the parking lot because it was so mellow. Second map was pretty good. I'd say it was like I was able to do every jump on the track with the second map. Third map got more aggressive, and the fourth map being really peppy, really just zippy. I actually like the third map the most because it was quick. They got around the track fine, and the battery lasts longer when you're in the third or second map. It was really simple to navigate through the maps. There's just a button on the bars, and it's just arrows. So you just press the arrow up for the next map, down for the map below. So really easy to get used to. And I was really surprised with how simple it was, and I'm excited to ride it some more and kind of get a better feeling. But as of right now, I couldn't believe how comfortable I felt right away. And I think when a customer goes and buys one, they'll feel the same way. They'll be surprised about how fun it is and how it's a dirt bike, and that's what it feels like. So I think that's what people need to understand is it's just a new generation. My overall impression of the bike is that it was really fun, a lot easier to get used to, like I said a few times, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's quick. It's about like a 250F, and the fourth map is probably close to even a modified 250F. The suspension for me was a bit soft, and I'd say definitely go a little stiffer there in the future for them. In the turns, it took me a minute to get used to because, like I said, there's no clutch, and sometimes you go for the clutch as a little safety blanket because you might get a little off balance or something like that, or jack up the turn, and you use that to rely on fixing yourself. So it actually, I think it helps you be better at turning because you have to be kind of perfect. But overall impression of the bike is I loved it, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to ride it again, and I think everyone will enjoy it.